Everybody, how are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. And today I wanted to speak a little bit about our upcoming program that begins on November 6th, Removing Obstacles to Awakening. Sahaja, Sthiti, the nervous system and brain, karma, destiny, and free will. And we have been speaking about these subjects for a while now, asking these very deep and important questions. Are you the doer? Can your experience be any different than it is right now in this moment? Really diving a little deeper into karma, destiny, and free will, because it's all connected, with the sense of or the misunderstanding of doership. And these questions have been bringing up a lot of things for everybody, which is really great. That's the function of our time together, is to bring up beliefs and ideas and understandings and misunderstandings and to clarify that. And, because when we are speaking about removing obstacles to awakening, we really want to dive really deeply into some of these attachments that we might have to what we think, what we believe, who we think we are. So in that sense, this has been very, very interesting, and I want to continue with that. I also want to cycle back to the nervous system and brain though. This is really important for everybody, but especially for students that are newer to me, because this piece of nervous system and brain and the capacity of the nervous system to be here and the importance of it for awakening, that's rarely being spoken about. And it's such an important part of the work that we do together. And these days, there's so much going on in the world. There's always a lot going on, but it seems like, it's a quickening collectively. We are just going through so many challenges collectively in the past few years. And now the fears and worries, with inflation, with possible recession, or with climate change, with the war in Ukraine, with, how the world is changing with the energy prices and so on and so forth. And that really is going to affect our physiology. That's going to affect our nervous systems. And that can really bring and cause more reactivity. And sometimes action, that arises from that stress. That's why I want to cycle back to, understanding more about the nervous system and brain, how to be with it, how to sit with it, how to address it. And it's so important, for our moment by moment experience, but also so key and so important for awakening. Why is this important for awakening? Because what is awakening? Awakening is a moment of full trust. Trust in truth, trust in our true nature. And that means that our attention has to settle. Our attention can't be attached to or following the tendencies of the past. And when past is present and when it affects our physiology, when our nervous systems and brains are in reactivity, and when that looks very, very real, so real that so often we want to act on that, that is affecting our ability to trust. Because what we are trusting in those moments is or are the tendencies of the past. And so understanding how to help your nervous system to be here is so key for awakening, because first of all, we can recognize the symptoms of it. We can say, not just be taken by it, but we can say, this is the past. And then we also know how to deal with it, what to do when past is present. And that brings us a deeper peace and then a deeper ability to be here. Deeper ability to trust, which is so key for awakening. And also another thing that keeps coming up as I'm listening to you in private meetings and engaging in the world, where do you get your information from? And when I say where do you get your information from, I don't necessarily mean the news outlets or the, Facebook or other social media, even though I mean that also, right? I mean, there really needs to be a discrimination because there's so much, what social media, what Facebook, internet in general does, that anybody can share what they think. And so on the one hand, that's really great, right? Because we can, it's a whole spectrum, right? But then also think about it for a moment. That means anybody can share, right? We don't know exactly what is their experience. We don't know where they are coming from. We don't know what is their, what is the background of the information that they are sharing. So we need to have some discrimination, or rather actually quite a discrimination there on that level. But when I say where do you get your information from, I also mean really your very own inner experience. Where do you get your information from? What is it that you rely on? Do you rely on the reactivity that arises here in a moment? Or do you recognize it for what it is? And are you able and willing to come back to rest? And really come to rest in presence and rely on that. It's beautiful when even just speaking about this, right? To really take this opportunity in this lifetime to rely on our true nature. And we are going to be speaking more about this in this upcoming 3-week intensive. Sahaja, Sthiti, the intuitive sense or the sixth sense. And, really through addressing some of these challenging questions, some of these really far and deep-reaching questions, like karma, destiny, and free will, we are, weeding or plowing the field, right? And opening the possibility for a much deeper rest in presence. So I want to invite you to join me in this upcoming 3-week intensive. Also, if you are enjoying these videos, please like and share and subscribe. That helps us to share this with more people so that more people can benefit from that. And also, new students come for free for the first week. We have also created a special price for all 3 weeks for new students, first-time students. So come to our website, come to my website and see. And I am very much looking forward to seeing you in the program.